Hi guys, this is a quick video showing how to use Plantronics C725 with MDA220. This configuration will allow you to switch very easily between hardphone and computer audio, and I'll show you how to set it up and how to configure it and how to use it effectively. So first, let me begin with MDA220. So this is how it looks like. This is MDA220. In the box, you will see this adapter. This adapter uses RJ11, and it's plugged in with RJ11 plug to RJ11 regular handset socket in my SPA502G. Oops. Okay. So the handset itself is connected to this adapter over here, and this adapter is connected to MDA220, as you can see over here. What it gives us, if I'm switched to computer audio, as you can see over here, you can speak through this handset as you normally would. But if you have an incoming call and you want to use your headset, you just press this button to switch. Let me show you. As you noticed, two things happened. First, I picked up the handset, so it means that when you want to accept an incoming call, you have to do two things. You have to press this button, so it lights green. It means that audio is coming from the hardphone to the headset, but also you need to pick this up to answer the call, to acknowledge the call. If you don't pick up the handset, you won't be able to answer the phone. Of course, Plantronics sell additional handset riser, and you can use it. So whenever you press this, it would automatically raise the handset like that and put it down. But of course, it's not required. If you really take a lot of calls daily, like 50, 100, then of course it would be a nice addition. But otherwise, I don't think it is crucial. You could also see that this icon was lit yellow. It means there is, or there was, an active application accessing the microphone. This is true because I'm recording audio to this video using Audacity. So since Audacity was accessing my microphone, this hub perceived that I put something on hold to answer my hardphone call. That's why it was blinking yellow, and it will be the same if well, let me show you other way around. So right now this hub thinks I've got someone on hold, that's why it's blinking yellow. So in order for this not to blink yellow, you have to press it again to go back to the computer. Let me show you. And this is expected behavior. Some people might think this is not working as it should, but this is correct. So okay, so you saw how it should be connected to Cisco, but there's another thing. If you look here at the back, you've got a couple of toggles, switches. You have to refer to manual for more information, but you've got A to G configuration, so this is for different hardphones. With Cisco, A switch works perfectly fine. Then also you've got output volume and input volume for microphone. I found that with Cisco SPA502G, volume set to 1 and microphone set to 5 work best, and I recommend using these with Cisco. This is important to configure that properly, because otherwise you will sound too quiet or too loud. on the phone calls. I made some test calls and I found that setup for Cisco SPA502G works best. So right now, of course, you can see the headphones themselves are connected to this Plantronics MDA220 HUB, and this hub is connected through USB to my computer. So right now, let me show you how a computer perceives how my PC sees the headset, and surprisingly it perceives as if the headset was connected directly without any additional devices. And yeah, this is I set it up as the main audio device. Others are disabled. My speakers are enabled because I sometimes use them as a secondary ringing device, but if you want the best experience, I recommend setting them as the default output device. The same goes to default input device. I disabled all other microphones, so these are my this is my only active microphone. Level currently is set to 100%, but in order not to sound too loud, you can decrease it, but 100% should be fine. Right. I didn't show you one very important thing when it comes to to Plantronics C725. They've got this nice toggle over here. I'm not sure if you can see it. It enables active noise cancellation. It is very important to enable it. Also, sound signature significantly changes. It really works if you work. It really works well if you are in a loud environment. I definitely recommend using active noise cancellation. Right. Also, what you want to configure and install on your computer is something called Plantronics HUB. Let me show you Plantronics HUB over here. So Plantronics HUB is a nice piece of software. It will upgrade your headphone firmware and will allow you to change some settings. So for instance, when you're on mute, you can select what sort of alerts you want to get, if it's single tone or double tone. I selected single tone. And mute reminder, you can also configure that. This is very useful as well. I didn't like audible mute reminder, so I just selected on-screen reminder. I don't want to join improvement program, but you can of course join if you want. You can configure because this remote, it has volume up and down buttons. By default, when you press them, every time you press them, they make a beep. It annoyed me, so I changed only to make alert or tone only when you reach minimum and maximum. This works better for me. And also you can configure ringing location. You can also that's why I didn't disable my laptop speakers. You can select all attached audio devices to ring, but for me primary device only is fine. You can configure soft phones, because we also use Broadsoft UC1 soft phone. You can configure it here as I have, but it supports lots of other soft phones. Why it is important? Well, it is important, for instance, when you want to accept incoming calls. These headsets, they've got a sensor that detects that you have put them on. When you put them on, they should automatically answer the phone call, and I can show you a demo in a moment how it works. We tested it some time ago and it worked perfectly fine. So this is a nice feature, but you might be also surprised that a call got answered automatically, so it's good to be aware of it. Dial tone, this is something what you get when you press this button. You can use it also to answer the calls. This is auto answer sensor and link awareness. So if you don't like this auto answer feature, you can disable it here, but it's good to be aware, right? So let me show you right now a demo. So I'm calling myself my soft phone through Cisco device. So as you can see, it's ringing. Let me. Okay. And by putting the headset on my head, it worked. It answered the call automatically, but you can disable it, of course. Well, there's one last thing. There are two things you should be aware of. When it comes to sound quality, these headphones are quite balanced. They sound good, but of course they're not audiophile headphones, so they're good for some occasional music listening, some internet radio, and something like that. They sound good. They don't sound bad, but especially on high end, they're lacking a bit. But and they're generally quite flat. But well, you have to understand these are communications headphones, and they really excel at what they're designed for. Also, they have some sort of algorithm that whenever there's an application accessing the microphone, they immediately change their characteristics. So it means that they stop. They put emphasis on mid-range and remove any bass and high frequencies, making voices sound very clear and crisp. So you can notice that whenever you use some sort of soft phone, sound characteristics changes, but this is making our lives a lot easier because voices are much clearer and they're so much better audible. So this is a feature I definitely appreciate. And there's one last thing: you'll notice that these headphones, they have side tone, but side tone is something that also is deliberately applied here. So side tone, as you can read on Wikipedia, is audible feedback to some speaking when using a handset or headset as an indication of an active transmission. So this comes, of course, from telecommunication and was first introduced in 19th century. This is deliberate, and I'll tell you why it helps. First of all, when you can hear your own voice, it makes you shout less, so you speak quieter, basically. And also, when you hear your own voice, you can always adjust a bit the microphone. If you can hear yourself breathing, you will also move this boom arm, so you just sound better. So it definitely helps. Some people don't like it when they start using the headset, but generally I found that this feature is very useful. So that's about it. I hope this video helps you, and let me know if you need anything else.